Welcome everyone. We'll get started in just a minute or two. We're just letting people get logged in. Okay, let's go ahead and get rolling. A couple of logistics to start. I will send you access to a recording of this presentation, so no need to take intense notes. Also, if you have any questions, please chat them into the box below this presentation, and I will address them at the end. Okay, hello again everybody. This is Richard from Mobile Apps Now, and today I've got the great pleasure to be talking to you about mobile marketing, specifically how and why you need to mobilize your business to reach buyers and beat your competition. We've got a lot of great content to cover today, so let's get right to it. What is mobile marketing? Let's get on the same page, make sure we're all using the same definition. Here's the one I use, which is from the Mobile Marketing Association. Mobile marketing is a set of practices that enables organizations to communicate and engage with their audience in an interactive and relevant manner through any mobile device or network. What's a mobile device? Well, mostly we're talking about smartphones, but this category also includes gadgets like tablets, e-readers, and even gaming consoles. Basically anything that's small, portable, and able to connect to the internet. What comprises mobile marketing? This field is dynamic and changing every day, but as of today, there are 4 basic elements that I'd like to cover. Mobile optimization, or mobile SEO, SMS messaging. SMS messaging is a synonym for text messaging. Mobile advertising, and mobile applications. We'll explore each of these elements and the opportunities they create in greater detail later in the presentation. I always like to address the "who cares" question right up front. Now, if you registered for this webinar, the chances are pretty good that you have some notion of how important mobile marketing has become in the last few years. But maybe there are some people in the audience today who need this subject put into context. The stats on this slide should help. As you can see, mobile phones are a big deal. 87% of Americans have them, and it may surprise you to learn that a majority of the population says that their phones are their most used device, ahead of personal computers. And mobile has become so prevalent that mobile is in. Analog is out. Ask anyone under 40 years old if they have a landline. It's shocking how many of them have ditched their landlines in favor of mobile phones. I personally have not had a traditional phone line at my house for about 4 years now. That's not enough to convince you. Consider this. People use their phone 5 times more to search for information on local businesses. And according to a recent Google Ipsos survey of U.S. consumers, 71% of smartphone users that see TV, press or online ad, do a mobile search for more information. The question I submit to you is, are you reaching them there? Is your business mobilized? Make no mistake, the future is mobile. Morgan Stanley predicts that mobile browsing, i.e. surfing the web from your phone, will outpace desktop browsing within 3 to 5 years. It almost seems like science fiction, doesn't it? It's hard to believe that just a handful of years ago, iPhones and Android didn't even exist. And now they're such a big part of our lives. Well, I can assure you, this is not science fiction. This is happening now. The growth of mobile marketing is breathtaking. For example, location-based marketing. Marketing that is targeted to an audience based on its specific location. This is projected to grow to $6 billion in 2015, and that's from $0 in 2009. The popularity of mobile marketing is fueled by 2 things: buyer habits, which we've already talked about, and equally important, results. Businesses that have adopted mobile marketing strategies are seeing mind-blowing results and response rates. According to a study commissioned by Borrell Associates, some restaurants are seeing 65% redemption rates for real-time geo-targeted ads. Imagine having 65% of your prospects respond to your marketing campaigns. That absolutely blows away other forms of advertising. Okay, at this point, let's assume you're convinced that this mobile marketing thing is a legitimate opportunity. The question you probably have now is, how can I use mobile marketing to grow my business? And what are the benefits and challenges of adopting this medium? There are several benefits. Let's start with these. Now, this isn't an exhaustive list or anything, but it's a good place to start. Number one, mobile marketing is a great way to increase customer loyalty by engaging with them wherever they are, not just when they are tethered to their computer. Mobile marketing is helping many businesses bring in more revenue per customer. Mobile marketing is a great way to promote awareness of your brand, and it can help boost the number of visitors you get to your website. Lastly, mobile marketing can give a real boost in retail traffic, one of the most critical factors in Main Street business success. Now let's talk about some of the challenges, some real and some perceived. These challenges are preventing small business owners from adopting mobile marketing. According to a recent study, almost half say they don't have the time to figure it out. This is understandable. Small businesses are, as a rule, strapped for time. 30% of those surveyed said mobile marketing was outside their budget. Now, the reality is that mobile marketing is cost-effective and affordable, but there's still a perception that it's only for the big companies with deep pockets. And another third said they were interested in mobile, but weren't sure where to begin. So let's tackle that last question. Where to begin? Let's tackle it head on. A great place to start is with mobile optimization. This is often called mobile SEO. What's mobile SEO? Well, it's pretty simple. It's all about making sure your website is findable and usable in the mobile context. Searching on a phone is a little tougher than searching on a computer, so you need to make it very easy on your users. Here's the thing. The popularity of mobile devices has presented new challenges for publishers. For one thing, phones have tiny screens, and most business websites were designed to be viewed on the expansive monitors of a desktop or a laptop. And here's the rub. People won't stay on your website if it doesn't display well on their mobile screen. You may sell the best darn widgets on your side of the Mississippi, but if your website isn't optimized for mobile, you're going to lose customers to the other guy. So, creating a mobile-friendly site is a really good idea. This is an example of what a website that isn't mobile optimized may look like. Not too attractive, is it? But the majority of businesses out there still don't have a mobile optimized site. As you can imagine, the ones that do are at a real advantage. What does a mobile-friendly site look like? Here's a good example from the Standard Shop called Firehouse Subs. Basically, it looks like a stripped-down version of your current website designed to give the most relevant information for a mobile user. The layout is a little different. Mobile browsers are often looking for basic info, things like driving directions, hours of operation, and contact information, so this app makes it very easy to find those things. So I think step one is to create a mobile-friendly site so that all of the millions and millions of mobile phone users can find you and get what they're looking for. Make sure you have the basic information that someone would be looking for when on their phone. This is the address, the phone number, driving directions, and you want all of that stuff prominently displayed. Next, let's talk about SMS messaging, commonly known as text messaging. Text messaging is a wildly popular and mind-bogglingly effective way to promote your business and acquire new customers. Consider the stats on this slide. Look at how engaged people are with their phones. 3/4 of phone users send or receive 664 text messages each month. And open rates for text messages are off the charts, better than any other marketing channel. Lastly, whereas people change, create new email addresses on a whim, people hang on to their mobile phone numbers for life. That means that once you have their number on your list, you'll likely be able to reach that person for years to come. There's a widely held notion that text message marketing is simply a form of spam, and that users hate getting promotional messages delivered to their phones. There's a grain of truth to this notion. You do have to be careful with SMS marketing. But you should also know that people want to hear from you. I'm not making this up. The data shows it. One survey shows that people actually prefer to get coupons via text message than over other channels. And here's an example of a coupon received via text. I can see why people would prefer getting a coupon this way. I mean, who wants to clip coupons and carry them around with them wherever they go? Having a coupon on your phone is a very easy, practical way to take advantage of special offers. And every phone can receive texts. And text messages aren't just good for coupons. They're great for appointment reminders, letting people know their reservations are ready, letting them know the status of a project you're working on. There's almost no end to the practical uses of text messaging. If you decide to launch an SMS marketing campaign, there are some things you should consider. Number one, get permission and make it very clear how you intend to use their information. Nobody wants to be spammed on their phone. Number two, encourage participation by offering incentives. People love a discount or special offer, so use those to build your list. And lastly, use SMS to deliver rewards, giveaways, and coupons right after the opt-in so they feel like they've made a good choice. Then continue giving the value frequently to remind them to visit your business over the competition. And how does a business go about doing all of this? It's not that hard. There are a variety of great SMS platforms out there. They operate in much the same way as an email marketing application. You just log in, compose a message, and hit send. Very simple. To get started, set up your short code and post it everywhere. Make sure your customers can see it. This will create some incentives to get them to opt in. Then you can start building your list. Alright, let's talk about advertising. Another great way to leverage your buyers' reliance on their mobile phones. So, this is an example of a mobile ad for KFC. Maybe a little tough to see, but this ad was actually presented inside of the mobile version of FHM magazine, popular men's magazine. It gives the mobile user an opportunity to win a PSP gaming console from Sony as an incentive for visiting their site, and of course, hopefully eating their food. Mobile advertising like this is taking off like a rocket. According to research from mobilethinking.com, mobile ad spending worldwide is predicted to reach $20.6 billion by 2015. And as you can see on this chart, there were over 234 billion with a B mobile advertising impressions in the fourth quarter of 2011 alone. That's a huge number, and it's growing at an astronomical rate. So if you're a local business, meaning that you primarily sell or service a specific geographic area, mobile advertising may be the perfect thing for you. You can target your ads to specific locations, specific applications, and specific types of devices, allowing you to narrow in on exactly who you're trying to reach. Okay, let's talk strategy for a moment. Some things to keep in mind. Maintain realistic expectations. Mobile marketing is effective, and its potential grows every day, but it's not a silver bullet. If you sell big ticket items, don't expect major transactions to occur from your mobile campaigns. Instead, work on how you can just get the first step in a sales process started. That may be just a phone call, getting them to opt in on your list, or possibly download a mobile app. Whatever it is, it must be quick and easy to do on the phone in order for it to be successful. So, how can you get started? There are a lot of great ad networks to choose from. Google, as always, is the elephant in the room. But there are some other great players in this space you might consider. Competitors include JumpTap, Millennial Media, Microsoft, and Tapjoy. There are many others as well. Each has its own pros and cons, so as you get more familiar with mobile advertising, you may want to explore them. For 99% of you, getting started on Google's network will be just fine. And getting started is easy. Creating an ad for a mobile device is essentially the same as placing a normal online ad. But you want to make sure your art and messaging is optimized for mobile screens. Lastly, be cognizant of the results you expect before launching the campaign. As I said before, make sure the response you are expecting to get is appropriate for a mobile user. Okay, moving on to the next piece of the mobile marketing puzzle, mobile apps. Apps are a huge business. In the Apple App Store alone, there are more than 250,000 applications available for download. And get this, in 2010, 5 billion apps were downloaded from the App Store. As more people switch to smartphones, you can expect this number to keep rising. Here's another mind-blowing statistic. According to Gartner, mobile apps themselves will generate 15.9 billion in expected end-user spending by 2012. What's more, Gartner predicts that location-enabled apps, which deliver services and promotional messages to users based on their location, will be the most profitable in the coming years. With all that said, I'm not saying you should definitely rush out and pay a developer to build an app for your business. Apps are not for every business, and users are getting increasingly picky about which apps they'll download. Studies are showing that app fatigue is a real issue. Most apps stop getting used after a very short period of time because they're not on the user's shortlist of most important apps. So if you're interested in taking the app route, you've got to do your homework. Specifically, you should figure out if you can create an app that truly adds unique value to your prospects and/or buyers. Let me show you some examples of what other companies have done. Perhaps there are some ideas that would likely add value to your target market. An app that delivers special offers. As we mentioned earlier, people love getting sweet deals delivered to their phones. This one is from Golfsmith Golf Store, and you can see that they're offering a special deal on a club. If you have a fanatical buying audience, like golfers, a special offers app may be just the ticket. Another possibility, if you have an enthusiastic customer base, you can channel and leverage that enthusiasm with a loyalty program. This is an example that many of you probably recognize, the loyalty and purchasing app from Starbucks. I know a lot of people that are on this several times a day. Next, any app that makes someone's life easier is worth exploring. If you can help people out, you'll generate a ton of goodwill, and that will pay dividends. Calculator apps are a good example of this. And this one is from a fitness and weight loss company, and they're helping their users succeed by making it easy to track their exercise activity and food intake. Other calculator examples include mortgage calculators, construction measurement calculators for construction contractors, and cooking measurement calculators for the home chef. I'm sure there are many other possibilities as well. Games. Everybody loves games, no matter the demographic. You may have even heard of this huge trend they call the gamification of business. Foursquare is a perfect example of an app that makes a game out of checking in to various businesses. You could use that Foursquare app to create a game experience for those that frequent your business. Lastly, everyone is looking for ways to get more done in a day. productivity apps are incredibly popular in Apple's App Store and in the Android market. The mobile trading app from E-Trade is a good example, and they have those funny Super Bowl commercials with the talking baby. Anyway, you can literally trade stocks on the go with this app. You don't necessarily have to come up with something so sophisticated, but if you can find a way to help your customers get more done through an app, you can win their loyalty. Okay, so these are the 4 major types of mobile marketing. Mobile SEO, SMS messaging, also known as text messaging, mobile advertising, and mobile application development. If you take anything away from this presentation, and I hope you take away a lot, but if you take away just one thing, it should be this: the future is mobile. And the sooner you adapt to this change, which is already well underway, the sooner your business will be in a position to compete for tomorrow's customer. Okay, let's address some of the more frequently asked questions I get about mobile marketing. Do I need to have a separate website for my mobile site? Effectively, the answer is yes. As I showed you earlier, your mobile site will have much less information and be designed for easy consumption on a mobile device. Will I put the same information on my mobile site? No, it'll be much less information. People aren't taking the time on their mobile phones to read all of the content you have on your main site. You want to condense it down to the basics. How do you make a mobile site? Well, there are a variety of publishing tools that make creating a mobile site pretty simple if you're an experienced developer. It's just like creating a normal website. What is a short code? Short codes are special telephone numbers, shorter than normal telephone numbers, that can be used to automatically subscribe people to text messaging lists, deliver information. Now, you've no doubt seen these short codes advertised on TV or at businesses around town. Something like text coupons to 90210 on your mobile phone. Whenever you see something like that, well, that's a short code. Are mobile ads pay per click? You can do mobile ads on a pay per click or pay per impression basis, just like you can in regular online advertising. You can also do a pay per call model or even a pay per download in some cases. How can I build a mobile app? There are software platforms specifically designed to help you build a mobile app, and there are a lot of them given the surge in mobile app development. Is it expensive to build a mobile app? Not necessarily. A single mobile app can be surprisingly cheap, potentially no more than $1,000. That being said, just like anything else, you can end up spending much more than that if you want to take a more sophisticated approach. Okay, that wraps us up. The shift in strategy may seem daunting to you at this point, but don't worry, you've got help when you need it. If we can be of any assistance in helping you plan or execute, just let us know. Thank you. Helping you plan or execute, just let us know. Thank you.